Hello, this is Rory with the Love Chat, and today's topic is signs that your ex is thinking about you. This is video number 25, and if you have a question you'd like for me to consider featuring on the channel, please write it in a comment below, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and hit like so that the channel can grow and reach more heartbroken people. Now then, signs that an ex is thinking about you. I know that you guys are dying for some signs that your ex is really kind of sitting there and regretting their decision, and maybe some signs that they're thinking about you and starting to crack and that no contact is working. And so I have thought up some of these signs, and I'm trying to keep them a little more, rather, the less obvious ones, right? Because we know that if somebody calls you and says, I miss you, clearly they miss you and they're thinking about you. So I'm going to try and keep these ones a little less obvious, maybe go into a little bit of the logic of some of them. So I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, let's jump right in. Number one is that they are checking every update on social media that you make. Now, obviously, the most common ones that you'll find are Snapchat and Instagram or Facebook stories, basically the ones where you can see that they've been checking. If every time you make a new social media update, they check, and maybe they're even one of the first people to check, it's probably safe to say they're thinking about you. And, I want you to think in this term. If they were not thinking about you, and if they don't care that you guys are broken up, why would they check your social media? Curiosity? I mean, maybe, but I wouldn't count on it. If they don't want to think about you, they're not going to do things that cause them to think about you. Number two, they are hiding anyone new in their life. This could be a new partner. This could be somebody who is maybe they're just fooling around with. Maybe somebody they just met on Tinder. It doesn't have to be a big, complicated relationship. Now, the chances are that they don't want you knowing because perhaps they don't want to hurt your feelings. Perhaps they want to leave the door open for the future. It's hard to say. And these can all go either way. So if you guys are listening to this and thinking to yourself, well, but my ex did let me know about the new person in their life, that's okay. It might be some of these, it might be all of these, we don't know. Every situation is different and people are different, so they react to situations in different ways. And if you directly confront them and say, who is this person in your life? And then they tell you, it doesn't mean that they're, trying to lie to you either. It just means that you asked and they told you. So sometimes it's not as devious as, oh, well, I don't miss you, so I'm going to tell you exactly who this is. Really, just be careful about this one because I want you guys to control your anxiety as well. Number three, they are completely rubbing someone new in your face to the point where they're acting out of character. This typically comes in situations where breakups were messy. And that's not to say that it's always that case, but I find more often than not, if somebody dumps you and they're very angry at you, like because of cheating or something like that, usually they want to get back at you. And this is kind of a stab. So if they are rubbing somebody new in your face, that means they want you to know. And I find that in breakups where you were dumped and it was a sad situation, the person who dumped you has to be really just a jerk to begin dating somebody new and rubbing it into your face and kicking you while you're down. So usually this is a more rare one. All right, number four. This one's super obvious, so sorry about this. The I miss you text or the late night call. And that one is completely self-explanatory. Number five. They show up at places that you might be or places that you frequent. So, for example, a buddy of mine was dating this girl for a while. They had a very sad breakup. She dumped him. And after a while, she showed up at his favorite diner. And he was kind of like, why is she here? And it wouldn't have been so weird if not for the fact that she came alone and at 11 at night when we usually frequent this diner. And so, what does that tell you? She knew that we were going to be there, or rather, it was very likely that we would be there. And then suddenly she walks over and she's all smiles. Oh, hey guys, didn't know you'd be here. Yes, you did, sweetheart. Number six, they aren't dating anybody new. They are avoiding dating. Now, again, we have to be careful when we're trying to assess someone else's motives, because at the end of the day, we are not mind readers. We don't know for sure why people are doing certain things. We have strong guesses, we have strong assumptions, but we don't know for sure. And so if they're not dating someone new, it could just mean they're taking time to lick their wounds or taking their time to be on their own. It is likely that if they're not dating anybody new after a decent period of time, then maybe they still miss you and maybe they're just not ready. which means that they're thinking about you. It doesn't mean they're thinking about getting back together, but it does mean they're thinking about you. Number 7, you find out from mutual friends that they've been asking about you. This is a big one. This is a really big one, because if they're asking about you, that means they're thinking about you. And if they're asking mutual friends, that's a risk that they're taking, and they know that it might get back to you. But if they think that the risk is worth it, then they're going to do it. Number 8, the drunk call or text. So let me paint you guys a picture. It's 3 a.m, you can't fall asleep, you're scrolling through YouTube listening to your favorite guy Rory talk about dating, and then suddenly you get that text, "Are you up?" Question mark? Smiley face? Hashtag? Yes, if you get a text at 3 a.m, it's most likely a drunk call or text, and that means they're thinking about you. Number 9, gloomy social media posts. If you're seeing sad, gloomy status updates or pictures with them by themselves consistently, or basically social media activity that's out of character for them, it's most likely that they're thinking about you. Now, again, we have to be careful when we're trying to assess and diagnose all this stuff, because at the end of the day, and I repeat this, at the end of the day, we are not mind readers, so we need to be careful. If you're not sure, get with me or get with some friends who know this person very well, and we can kind of assess from there, okay? That's all I had for today. If you found my video helpful, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like. Definitely leave a comment below and tell me what topics you'd like covered in the future. Also, if you'd like to do a Skype coaching or email coaching, definitely be sure to email me at thelovechat@gmail.com. Until next time.